This is going to be a brief video review of the all-natural bamboo Squatty Potty with adjustable heights. Here it is assembled and set up with my comfort seat, which basically just is a larger seat and much higher position. So this particular stool comes in really nice quality bamboo. And I'm going to move here and show you. So this is the side fully assembled. One thing to note, there are instructions, very easy to follow, but you'll notice one side, this side here, is a little more rounded. This is the front. The back side is a little bit more square. Otherwise, they look really similar as you put them together. And I'm going to flip it around and show you the other side, which I left the caps off so you could see how it looks unassembled. So it includes these bolts, which, because I have the tall comfort seat, I set it on the highest setting. So the bolts go in here. They include everything you need, this easy peasy Allen wrench, and they include these little caps. So these caps just pop into place, and then there's some extra ones to cover up the blank spaces. The other thing, I'm on a tile floor here, but the bottom of every one of them has these really nice kind of soft rubber pads that make sure it's not going to scratch your floor. So if you have hardwoods in your bathroom or are just worried about scratching up the tile or it being particularly noisy, it really doesn't have to be. And the other thing I'll point out here in this video is it's got these really nice slotted grooves just for gripping. So the ball of your foot's going to go here, heel is here, and then I'm going to quickly kind of pan over to the box. So I'll include some photos and links to where you can purchase this, but here's basically a pretty good illustration of what the claim is. The Squatty Potty opens the colon. So basically it changes your posture, it changes your positioning to allow for a more natural squatting position to use the bathroom. We all go. So why not make it the healthiest, best, and more effective go than we possibly can. So it comes in this box, unassembled, very, very simple to put together though. And like I said, you just have this one piece, which is all attached. You have these two sides, and it includes all the tools that you need. The only thing I'll add is when you assemble this, avoid doing what I did. I got really excited, assembled it, screwed it, tightened it up, and then put the caps on everything, only to realize that the way I had done it had left it pretty wobbly. Right now this is pretty stationary and it does sound pretty unimportant or negligible, but if you're going to use this and your feet are on it, you definitely don't want it teetering about. So my recommendation is when you assemble it and when you're putting the bolts in, so if you have the tall comfort seat toilet, you're going to raise it all the way up to the top like I do here and screw them in here. If you have a lower, more traditional seat toilet, they'll go here and these handles will simply be more exposed. But when you do it, avoid tightening them all the way and then lay it flat just in front of you until you get it to where it doesn't feel like it needs to be tightened. For me, what I had to do was adjust it and kind of tweak the corners. So by loosening it here, I had to push down and make sure it was at the lowest point within the bolt. So probably a poor way to describe it, but there's these pre-drilled slots and I had to adjust it, and it's probably just a couple millimeters, but kind of torque it before I tightened it to get it just how I needed. So for me, I think the way I ended up having to do it was taking it apart, redoing it, pushing this part down to have the most torque. Maybe it was the other way. You'll have to play with it though. They'll all be different. And then the other side, kind of torquing it up. So basically pulling on this part, pushing this part down, which was really important to do. Wish I'd figured it out the first time around to make sure it's sturdy and steady. But I'll include in the comments my insights and views after my husband and I have had a chance to use it. But overall, this is really, really nicely made. I first heard of it, truth be told, on Howard Stern radio. And he seemed to be an honest-to-goodness true proponent of the product. And I considered it years ago, but the original product was bulky and plastic and ugly and cheap looking. This is something that would last, is really, really durable. Looks pretty nice when you just set it up against the toilet bowl, so it's not going to be in your way, guys, as you approach the toilet for number one. And really looks pretty good, actually. The other thing I'll add is it's pretty sturdy. I weigh about 140 pounds, and pulled away from the toilet, I'm able to stand up on it fully without any signs of it giving way. So probably, while it's not recommended, could probably work as a stool as well if you needed it to. But overall, good product. Check out the Squatty Potty and the renewable bamboo.